The first one, and I'm going to start with the real basic. The first one is mobile friendly design. And this is, websites that are developed for people who are on the go, with varying screen sizes, potentially on low speed connections, that they're on the bus and they've only got a 3G connection or something like that, and they're on their mobile, and it's just not ready. It's not designed for that experience. There's different levels of mobile friendliness. You can go very, very basic, but you can also actually design and develop for those users. And it's worth doing this because most websites have a visitor rate of between 40 and 60% who are going to be on mobile devices. Another fundamental is the speed at which the website loads. So images and pages optimized to, download quickly and display quickly, again, across all of those devices. Actually, I've done a lot of reviewing of charity websites in particular recently. I've got to say, some of them, I can hop to another tab while I'm waiting for a page to load because it's just taking so long. And that's yeah, that impacts search engine optimization. It impacts user experience, and it's not too challenging to speed things up. Security is another thing. So I know that these are a bit boring, but that they are pretty fundamental things. And I didn't want to just skip over them, but pages that are served over a secure connection, if you go to a website now that doesn't have a security certificate installed, most browsers will throw up an error and actually say, "Are you sure you want to go to this website?" because it may not be secure. So there was a time when it would be traditionally only financial or personal details that were being sent over the wire, so to speak, and were encrypted. They had to be secure, but everything else didn't. Whereas now everything does need to be served in that way. Another technical best practice is accessibility. This is something that often gets forgotten, and it can be a contentious topic, really. I mean, I've worked in the design industry for professionally over 15 years, and accessibility is something that no one ever really talks about. And usually, because my personal hypothesis is the people that are building this stuff are usually young and able-bodied and don't have experience of additional needs. And therefore, they don't necessarily think about inclusivity or accessibility when they're building this stuff. But actually, 1 in 5 people in this country have some kind of, physical, like cognitive or visual impairment. And so it's important to consider this stuff through the branding process, through the development process of any materials that we put together. Measurability. I've been in loads of conversations with potential clients before and asked them about how much traffic they get, how long they spend on their website, what's the engagement like? Does the website actually do anything for them? Does it generate any interest? And often people don't have those numbers to hand. Which is fine, but often they don't even have the analytics software installed, so they don't actually know. And so if you're going to be investing time, money, and effort into these sort of online properties, it's really worth, putting measurable things in place, knowing what to look for. And manageability. This is another thing that, we hear a lot about. We had a website built a couple of years ago, but the developers disappeared and we can't even log in anymore. Or it's built on some software that hasn't been upgraded in about a year and therefore is no longer secure and has been hacked. It happens all the time. So really we want to make sure that whatever we build this system on, it's going to be well supported and we've got that kind of fail safe should anything go wrong.